All right, I've got two parts good news and two parts unexpected news for GTA 6. They spoke to something on the earnings call I did not think they would speak to, but the first thing they did speak to was the release date. I'm not going to waste your time. They did confirm the game is still aiming at the November 19th release date. They said we continue to project record levels of net bookings in fiscal 2027, which we believe will establish a new financial baseline for our business. Now, this is not the first time they have tied their fiscal and financial results to GTA 6 coming out. They did this in the past, but I do think this time they have to hit the date, because if they push it back and want to keep it in this fiscal period, they're going to miss the holiday push. I don't think they want to miss that. I think the shareholders would take significant issue with that. I'm on record saying that I think even if the game's not ready, they're going to release it in November and they'll just fix it later. They know the thing will sell like crazy. What matters is, at this point, honoring the commitment to the shareholders now that they've had to move it so many times. Now, the other thing they spoke to that is good news is marketing is going to start in the summer. They also tied their confidence in the game to the marketing being very close. This is what they said. Anytime you're getting close to marketing beats, you're obviously in a place where your confidence level is as high as it can be. So they're sort of doubling down here. They're not just saying, hey, we're tying this to the fiscal period and the money. We're also saying, hey, man, the marketing is right around the corner. We are very, very excited. It also sort of corroborates what we heard last year, which was there is some sort of a deal with PlayStation. And PlayStation likes to start things in May. And we heard last year that the marketing was going to kick off in May for GTA 6. I'm anticipating console bundles. We know this is a huge push for the PS5, and PlayStation has sort of spoken to that. I think this is going to be when things start. Typically late May, early June is when PlayStation does their state of play to kick off Summer Game Fest. And typically Rockstar does not do things at events, but I think once that marketing heats up and you're trying to push pre-orders, I think they'll probably pull out all the stops. Now, the two things they spoke to that I did not expect to hear about, first is the physical release. We recently heard they were going to be staggering the physical release of the game. I thought, yeah, why not? They know you'll buy it twice. You'll be so desperate to play it. They also were rumored to be doing this because they didn't want spoilers. Once those discs are in the wild, all it takes is one employee in a warehouse or a retail store to swipe a disc. It can then be data mined, and we start seeing audio files, video files, things like that can start to surface, and you know what happens in the story and things like that. Well, they spoke to that on this earnings call. Strauss Zelnick denied that there would be a staggered release date. He said, quote, that's not the plan. Now, that's not the strongest denial. I mean, that could be that plans can change and that currently that's not the plan. I mean, I could totally see them doing that. They know demand for the game is incredibly high, but there are way too many markets, I think, that just don't do high digital purchase. They typically still buy physical. That could be because of infrastructure. It could be because of internet speeds. It could just be a cultural thing where they're still buying physical releases of games. And with the demand of this game being so high, I don't think they want anything standing in the way of anybody purchasing it day one. But that's not the only thing they spoke to that was really unexpected. They spoke to the use of AI. The Take-Two CEO said that, quote, generative AI has zero part in what Rockstar Games is building. So they're speaking to that in an earnings call. The AI stigma must have hit such a high level. I mean, not only because shareholders are seeing other companies lose money on AI, but even gamers are starting to speak out, and they don't want AI slop in their games. So, as I said, we got two parts good news and two parts unexpected. Release date and marketing are seemingly full steam ahead, but that doesn't mean that it couldn't change because it is GTA 6 after all. As always, if you like this video, make sure and check out my latest video. I spoke about High Guard and Toxic Empathy. I'd love to hear your thoughts on that. And as always, hit like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.